Why do y'all think scoring guards are more valuable than scoring distributors in the game of basketball?
I don't think that scoring guards are more valuable.
You disagree with the notion?
Yeah, I disagree. I think scoring distributors are more valuable due to the fact that they get everybody else involved, and this is like it's a little different this season because now like Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic are in the finals and they're scoring. Well, I would say Kyrie specifically because he's an actual guard. He's a scoring guard. Usually, a lot of scoring guards they're not super successful as far as winning championships, especially when they can distribute, but they don't because they want to handle and shoot. Everybody else is off rhythm. So that's why I say an actual a playmaker. Give me a playmaker that can score.
Yeah.
What about you, Hank? Why do you think, or do you think that scoring guards are more valued than scoring distributors? Because when I ask this question on social media, people feel like because guys are able to create their own shot, that's more value to a team than a guy who can get you in the right position. But if you don't follow up and make the shot, it's really irrelevant. So they are valuing someone that really can take control of the game themselves, more or less being dependent on someone to actually finish the job.
It's just a generational thing, honestly. It's the way the younger guys are thinking of the game and being taught the game. A person that can distribute and score is the best. You know, my favorite player of all time is Isaiah. So he was that guy who could do both, and he put his scoring to the side so that he could help his team win. And especially even now in these days, think about how Houston turned it around this year. We got a guy that could do both.
Yep.
We'll set the table first, and that's what you need. The veterans in the game, I think, are not able to really teach the young guys that method, and everyone wants to be Steph. He changed the game. They don't realize that Steph can actually do both.
Yeah,
But how much value BA do you put on both of them? Like, is there a big gap in between the value of the distributor versus, someone that can create their own shot? Is it 50-50, 60-40, 70-30? How are you gauging it?
I would say 60-40. I would say 60-40. It's not it's 20%, but that 20% is still a little bit. There's still some room in the middle to meet. So I don't look at that as a tremendous gap, but it's big
Mhm.
enough. That's a separator.
Significant. It's
Yeah,
significant.
from championship to not winning the championship.
Right.
Because think about it, the most successful people in the NBA that we call greats, like we call them the Damian Lillards, we call them the James Hardens, we call them the Russell Westbrooks. Like if we look at those type of scoring guards, they have been successful individually, but when it comes to the mountaintop, we don't really.
But all those guys, I believe that you just named, has assist titles, if I'm not mistaken.
Harden,
Um,
I think, did get it.
Harden, I guess I look at Harden. I've always looked at him as a scorer. I know his time in Houston. He the ball stuck in his hands.
I think he
I
got it
agree
in
with you
Brooklyn.
because it's more consistency. He's more identified. Like even though he's identified, he's a playmaker. He can distribute. He's been a distributor. I'm talking about James Harden, but
Yeah.
I do look at him more or less as a scorer. So if you, that's the thing with me. Like if you gonna be an assist leader, or like I need to see it more than once, or I need to see you there consistently for years. That one and done really don't do much for me. I've always looked at Harden as a
Well,
scorer first.
if you think of those two as specifically, they were asked to be those type of players too.
The
Well,
facilitator
the
Uh,
scorer.
yeah,
asked to be the scorer.
They like when he was brought to Houston, he was brought to score, to be the franchise. And then when especially when KD left
that's a good point. That's a good point.
OKC, he went on superhuman mode and just
He
put
left
everything on
first.
his back.
No, he left first.
I
Remember?
mean when Durant left OKC.
No, he left. He left. He left.
No, Harden left first
No,
from OKC.
I'm talking about Russ.
You talking
I'm
about
talking about
Brooklyn?
Russ.
You talking about Russ?
Oh, you talking about Russ? Okay,
I'm talking about Russ.
okay,
When
okay.
Durant left, he just went superhuman mode in scoring and just doing everything. So I think it's what's needed sometimes scoring is important, but if you want to take it to the next level, you got to be able to set the table and then score.
I'm trying to think about when the last person, like outside of Steph Curry, what do we consider Kyle Lowry? But he wasn't Kyle Lowry. What
He
like
sets the table though,
he
but he
sets
can
the table?
score.
Yeah, he sets the table. Drew Holiday. He sets the table. He plays defense and sets the table.
Yeah, those
Like
guys
these
to
are,
me split.
and
They I ain't gonna say half and half, but you see both you see both levels identifiable in a lot of these guys. Guys like Kobe, Dwayne Wade, Michael, the guards that have won this thing and then like that in the last 20, 30 years, those were identified as straight scores.
right.
Chauncey Billups set the table.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, we're naming champions. When we talk about that, a lot of times, like I said, a lot of this glorifying, it's like I call it's like similar to the Allen Iverson effect. Like I'm a scorer, but I'm a pass when I have to because I get doubled and tripled, but I just want to score this thing. A lot of them don't win. They don't win.
You know, you get mad at me when I say LeBron's a point guard, but think about it. He set the table.
Yeah. I mean,
Really?
the Joker.
Yeah.
Joker.
The usage rate is up there. For the latest and greatest on your Los Angeles Lakers, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers and we appreciate the support. Follow us on social media at Lakerland Show and join our Playback TV room for our free VIP access to our Lakers watch parties and, of course, the Lakerland podcast. That's playback.tv/Lakerland.